Last week, I almost went and bought a Bentley Continental GT Mark II 2015. I know. I'm usually the one that tells you to do better as well. This all started because I was messing around on Visor a couple of weeks ago, and it occurred to me that you could get a Mark II GT for like kind of 75-ish. Focus on the post 15 when they made, some of the updates. There's not a ton of inventory out there. Here was sort of the sweet spot, like 20 something thousand miles, about 75,000. But again, I freaking love Visor because you could see the whole price history. You can see what it's likely to do, if it's likely to sell. Suffice it to say, I drove my Mini Cooper Coupe to JFK and hopped on a plane to Vegas. And I could hear those of you saying, oh, you purport to be an automotive expert, but you don't know about PPIs. I did a pre-purchase inspection. I didn't trust it. Right, so before we get to the car, the biggest part of any trip of mine, the rental section. Now, I try to go with National, and I try to use the whatchamahave Emerald Isle, where you rent a mid-sized car and you can get whatever. They had shit. I wanted that Durango. I couldn't get it. There was a problem with the key. So instead, I drove to get a coffee in a Nissan Rogue that I purposely chose. And honestly, it really wasn't that bad. You eliminate all of the garbage colors, right? And I was left with like 4 choices. There's not much out there, so you can see why it warranted going all this way. Walking into the dealership, they certainly had some nice eye candy. Now, I love the interior quality on these things. I loved that machine metal finish. I loved that it wasn't a stupid Mulliner, because everybody gets the Mulliner. I was really feeling it. But what you can't smell through this video is this odor of like stale, untreated leather. And I could just tell that this car had sat idle for a very long time. Just was getting cold feet, not necessarily about anything the dealership didn't reveal or anything that I thought was particularly a red flag, but there were just little nth degree details. This was going to be an expensive endeavor, when ultimately what I really wanted was just a daily that would cosset me on the highway. And you know what? I sit in so much traffic that I just thought this could really be something with the plushy, wool floor mats and whatnot. So I flew back home to my little Mini Cooper Coupe, great airport car, for a bit of a thing. I ordered a Corvette, so help me, because actually with Mag Ride, they are ridiculously comfortable. How much better do these look without silly stripes and with silver wheels? Yes, I know the interior is going to delaminate. The hype is over. You could get them for cheap. Thanks so much to Visor for enabling all this bad behavior and giving me endless fodder for contemplating automotive scenarios and flying about the world. If you want to check them out, I effusively suggest you should. Cheers, everybody. Good night.